liberty, and justice for all.
You guys get a chance to look over the minutes and the bills?
I make a motion, we accept the minutes for September 3rd meeting.
I'll second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
How about the bills?
I make a motion, we pay the bills and transfer any funds as needed.
And I'll second that.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes, got it. Okay, Glendale Volunteer Fire Department donation request for Tara on the trail fundraiser. What was that thing we gave them last year for that? $100? I'll make a motion that we give the fire company $100 donation towards their Tara the Trail fundraiser.
And I'll second it.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes, got it. Clearfield County Assessment Office Assessment Appeals hearing will be held October 22nd and October 29th. So if anyone thinks they're paying too much high taxes, I guess you still have to schedule an appointment, right?
Yeah, I guess, because everybody that's on there, there's a listing.
Before it's gone. Ben's Mobile, flyer business cards, new business doing mobile repair of equipment. What's that about, Ken?
Some fella with a big resume is opening his own business and gonna come around doing mobile repairs.
No. So just let us
Oh, but that's that all from,
Yeah, he just, must probably sent them out everywhere.
oh, Stevens, that mechanic. He said he was gonna go out on his own. That's probably what it is.
Oh. Okay, well, that's just in case we're interested, I guess, we got that. DCIMA survey of plumbing and building, I just filled that out, that's just their survey that they're sending around to everyone. Clearfield County Assessment Office notice of exoneration of J&C Feaster property in Beccaria. What's that mean, Kim?
They were exonerated, it's taken off the tax books, I guess.
So they must have just, did they tear it down? Is that the place they tore down, told them down there?
I don't know, it doesn't tell me that.
I don't know.
Well, Clearfield County just letting us know that they took it off,
Tax rules.
That's all I need.
huh? Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
We get them once in a while.
Hmm?
We get them once in a while. Doesn't say why. Valuation of $18,300.
Okay.
Exonerate the following taxes. Shed and 1.125 acres land. House shed and 1.2.
What's the tour of that? Maybe they combined it or something. PennDOT notice of estimated liquid fuels for 2025 will be $110,967.80, and that's going to be about the same as last year. Coalport Borough mistaken fireman's worker comp needs recalculated. So they're going to put them on for another time to get signed in. And what was the mistake?
She sent an email saying something about a new computer system and it
Oh, it's
needed
in the computer. That's what,
recalculated, and she left a message here.
and she's gonna get it done as quick as she can too.
I bet. It's like a one-line email. I have to talk to you next week about redoing the fireman's workers' comp. New amount. Company and new computer system. Needs recalculated.
Anita's been talking to her too. PA Auditor General, Glendale Volunteer Fire Department Compliance Audit Report, no findings, so that's all good, so they can still get their money then. Okay, what's this Jerry Spade, his narrative of the September IMA meeting?
That we read today.
Oh, yeah, Jerry just sent it to us, you're saying?
Yeah.
That's here for anyone that wants to read it. Clearfield County Planning Commission approved the Carnes and Haney subdivision that we did. Okay, public comment.
I did see an agenda on the door, and I didn't see any agendas here on the table. Is there no agenda?
Well, the reason there wasn't an agenda on the door is because I had a family emergency, and there are agendas on the table,
Okay.
and
Okay.
everyone's holding them but you.
Okay, thank you.
I didn't know if you got a chance to give any more thought to that shooting issued by my place that we talked about last time, and for any more consideration to any type of, like safety zone ordinance in this.
Well, there's no, us doing the ordinance is gonna be pretty much, I don't think that's gonna happen. But that law is a law.
Right, and, what we were instructed was that it only applies to hunting only.
That's not what I was told.
Shooting or, okay.
I
So,
was told then that it's a law, and it's not for hunting, it's for shooting, period.
okay, this was a state police officer, you said. Cause I would love to be able to communicate with him if I could. Cause that's not what a couple other ones told me, but
Right.
I know, what you said, that you maybe thinking they just didn't wanna
Bill,
deal with it, but if that's the case, that's fine, I'm just trying to get something.
right. Because I don't know how you just have to tell them, maybe if you show them that law that I sent you.
And I don't know, like, I think some months ago I called about it, and maybe, I don't know, answered the phone, but said the township goes by whatever the state laws are. The only thing state-wise that I can find is just what regulations they have for shooting on state forest land, which everything's 150 yards from a
Yeah,
occupied
that
residence.
says 150 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, this is an email the game commission sent. Says this is not a game code violation. Safety zones do not apply for target shooting. This only applies while hunting. Title 34, section 2505 describes this. Title 34, section 2507 restrictions on shooting. This section only applies also while hunting. There are exceptions for ranges. You will need to contact your local police department. You can also try contacting the township for like township ordinance.
Yes, that's what they're saying about a township ordinance. But that's just pretty hard for us to make an ordinance for shooting and.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not like you're asking anybody that they can't have, or telling them you can't have a gun or you can't protect yourself.
Well,
You can't
we have
whatever.
that.
It's just shooting near a residence like that, like just randomly shooting. Like it's crazy. I mean,
That guy
I
even
wanted
went
to
to the
picture of
map.
a bullet that's stuck in the side of my back deck. Where it came from, I have no idea, but it's there. This is the reason I'm talking about it. I mean, that's just getting a little.
Right. Yeah, that guy, the trooper even actually went and got on the map of your place in theirs, and then it shows like, he showed me like he has 13 yards of his property that he can shoot on and be 150 yards from your property.
Well, the line's 80 yards. That whole property's within 150 yards. I know that. I measured it.
On the map, it showed different then.
Yeah, I measured it, so. But, yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to see if you, because I got a different story from the police officer. I didn't know if you had got a chance to think about that anymore as far as, you're saying as far as the township's concerned, there's probably no way.
Yeah, because then, what is exactly, I know I probably told you we were gonna check into that, but when you make the ordinance, then you almost have to have.
I mean, there's a code enforcement officer, right?
Yeah,
I
well,
mean, that same person would just probably issue a
no, it's not the
citation.
building, because that's building codes enforcement officer. like if you're looking at the regular code enforcement officer. Just like blighted properties, they had blighted properties probably 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and then they had to eliminate them because they didn't have an officer, they couldn't afford to pay an officer, Clearfield County. So then they had to do away with the ordinance because they couldn't have it without an officer. Someone to do it. So the rules, as far as the state, and we would be the same thing, it would be the same as the state police rules. I'm sure we couldn't say 300 yards, it would probably have to be within reason 150 yards, so it would be the same law.
Right. Yeah, that's all.
So they should be able to enforce their law. There should be a law already there.
That's the trouble. Everybody, they say it's up to the township. You know,
Yeah,
it's
the DEP
state
does it.
police.
DEP does it to us all the
Just
time
goes
too.
around in circles.
They say, call your township, well,
Yeah.
we're not the law with that, DEP has this law and that person has that.
Yeah, I mean, like saying.
And I can talk to you about that.
Put ordinance in, it's, you can't shoot within 150 yards. I mean, they did it, but. I don't know.
I can talk to you about that, trooper here after the meeting if you want.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
We can see what, maybe if you got, but does that section in that law, is that the same numbers? Because that's what the game commission give you. Those are the same numbers.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly, yes. See, chapter, subtitle, whatever.
Yeah. So if that's them, I don't know, that said right in there clearly 150 yards. It didn't say pertaining to hunting only, did it?
Mm-hmm.
But what I sent you did?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
I think I have
the
some.
purposes of,
But it says exactly the same thing.
Oh, you checked with him. He got back to you on that then?
But it's just exactly out of the book that says,
Right. Well, you can't, I don't know what to tell you, Roger. I really don't, because you can't shoot in a borough, but who enforces that?
we care if the borough doesn't have any ordinances or anything. You can shoot target, or you say you're shooting target, right beside someone's house. Well,
That's
they're not
crazy if
hunting.
that's the case.
I mean,
You know anything about that?
that's what
I
I'm
know
being
there's a lot
told.
of hunting that goes on in boroughs.
Oh, yeah, right in the boroughs.
Some boroughs are very big. Look at Glen Oak, how big it is.
Yeah.
Right.
My sawmill property's all inside the borough. It's been hunted on forever.
Yeah, I guess so. I always thought that the boroughs, I could be wrong on that, I guess, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know that you're wrong. I'm just saying it goes on.
You're right.
Seems to me, I seen something about that, about boroughs, and I thought, geez, never heard of anybody ever enforcing that.
Yeah. Maybe it does, maybe a borough isn't any different if it don't have the ordinance, I always thought.
Not really. It's kind of, when you think about it, it's, like I said, I love shooting guns as much as anybody. I mean, it's just, when someone's just doing it all willy-nilly and in a dangerous manner, I mean, it's somewhere you gotta make sure people around their houses and stuff aren't gonna get shot. I mean, guy comes into an acre of ground next to me, just unannounced, and I can be in the back part of my property, don't know he even pulled in, next thing you know, just shooting. It's like,
Did you try putting up signs at all? Probably not,
Oh, yeah.
useless.
I put, well, this.
The 150 yard signs, did you put them up?
I didn't put that, I talked to him personally. He basically doesn't care, he just basically brought more buddies and they just started shooting AKs and ARs and
That's unfortunate.
detonating tannerite and everything else and blowing trees in half and stuff like that, so.
Well, that down there.
It just becomes a pissing contest, I mean, I can say that, but. just-
That's exactly what happens.
Yeah,
Starts going back and forth. I'll give you that officer and I guess
okay,
I'll talk to you about that.
okay, appreciate it.
Anyone else? Jerry?
Thanks for the privilege to be here. Vision Press Production and News Media thanks you. I think Colbert Borough has an ordinance that you're not allowed to discharge a firearm within city limit, or within the borough.
And who,
But
if
we're
you would,
just small.
and if you would do that, like who would enforce that law
Well, we had a code enforcer, but he resigned.
then? Right,
You have to have a code
you
enforcer.
have to have one.
You can designate one.
Right, like I read where the township is able to designate whoever they deem fits to build it. Like it could be you, you know.
You have to have a little bit of training
Yeah,
for the law part. But there are code enforcers. I think Michiana Valley has a code enforcer, or they used to. So if you're in the COG, you can tap into that.
No, the Cogs is the one that they got rid of theirs.
That's what I thought.
The one guy that couldn't pay the amount of money maybe that he wanted to stay, and then they just couldn't find anyone else interested or something, that was the thing.
It's an unthankful job too.
you know, it'd be pretty thankless job, I'm sure.
What's that?
Pretty thankless position probably most of the
Yeah,
time.
because they couldn't find anyone to do it. But no, they got someone for just a little while,
Couple days.
and, yeah, a couple days is what he lasted. And then he said, heck with that, once he got into a couple of the complaints and the people and what you get into. No one else? No cool, Joe? Good?
I'd like to say something if I could, please. Has either Arbona Borough or the IMA asked you guys to have a meeting together to discuss?
Yes, it just got handed to me.
Okay,
Yep. So it must be.
that's what I was wondering.
And, I'm sorry, excuse me.
No, I just said that's good. I'm glad that
Yep.
maybe the ball's rolling a little bit.
So, if we're done with public, can I ask you, Jeff, I don't know if it matters to me or if it's my, but I'm just wondering, what's going on there at the dollar store? All the excavator and the pumping and everything?
That would be DCI.
All that, yeah, that has nothing to do with the new water line or anything going on there, that has the sewage, huh?
Yeah, that's their sewage.
I've been out of there a couple of days in the rain, I thought it must be pretty serious.
Yeah, I've only heard about that. They were supposed to, this is a year or so ago, that they were supposed to turn and have, I don't want to speak for the project, they were trying to put 3-phase power in there or something like that. And there was some upgrades, whether that's what it is or not, I'm not sure.
Maybe.
That's DCI.
All right, no one else, public comment? Okay, new business. Meetings here, there's gonna be a meeting here tomorrow at 3 PM between Reed and Glendale Fire Company and DCED. And, a rep from the fire office to see about the merging. I guess that would be open if anyone was interested in coming to that. Set trick or treat, what's Cold Post trick or treat?
I don't know, we just always say that we're gonna align
Yeah,
with them.
we'll just, we don't need that in a motion, do we? We're just gonna make our trick or treat the same as Coldport's.
Yeah.
So whatever it gets announced. And if anyone's trying to get a hold of, Kim or us or anything, or trying to find some things out, we're loose on a couple things here. She's had a bad week here with some family emergencies, so there's a lot of things we don't quite know or have prepared for tonight, but. And then there's a sign ordinance to vacate alley, sign the ordinance. So, Neil Hoover got that alley vacated, and he paid for all of the, is this it, Rick?
Yep.
He paid for all the solicitors' fees and everything to get that done, because it went nowhere into the second property that he bought. So we just have to sign it, it's all done and taken care of. And do we need a motion, or I just have to sign it?
I would make a motion.
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion that we sign this ordinance Cause it's all taken care of from a solicitor and everything's good.
I was thinking it.
All those in favor, aye?
Ah,
Ayes have it. Just one page? Okay, now I also make a motion, everything looks good, we're, to distribute the fire relief money that we have the checks here for. To the fire companies.
Need a motion for that?
Yep. I made the motion, I need a second.
Oh, I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. So we can get those checks out there. And old business, just for Roger's old business is all. We ain't got nothing there. I'll have to go over that with you. Well, that's it already, guys. That's a short one. No one else has anything else? You
I
don't?
got a question. You got any information on the sewage that might be coming this direction?
Not yet, they keep, you know what, that stuff takes forever, ever and ever. But what was the last thing we heard about that? That was probably about 2 months.
Sign that extension.
We signed an extension to it. They just keep doing whatever they do, whatever takes them long, Mark, but
Might have seen Dallas Kepler talk to him. Maybe he could help us a little. That's not like I need it or anything, but a lot of people ask me about it, you know. And now that our road out there is becoming pretty populated, you know, I'm sure it's probably gonna have to go out that direction eventually. I was just curious to know if it was moving.
yeah, they're
along.
still in the motions of whatever it takes so long to do. I don't know, I don't understand it. Look how long it took just to get to this part,
Well, this is true,
you know?
yeah.
So, yeah, no news yet of what's going on with it. Any other new projects on your end, Jeff?
Can't get rid of the old projects, or the new projects. We're still over 50% water loss with no change.
Did they put that new line up through Rosebud? It's all hooked up?
Yeah.
Wow.
and then did they help release?
$1.7 million project by somebody's recommendation and didn't help at all.
Didn't know if them leaks. Well, I'll make a motion, then we adjourn if that's good.
I'll second that one.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thanks everyone for coming.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
That's quick. Quick and simple.
Here's the.
Do you want to read that?
All
All that,